As I mentioned before, our money used to be made of silver, but there was a time when it changed over. The Federal Reserve was opened up in, I believe, 1913, and we started doing things with paper currency. Back a long time ago, we used to have silver certificates where people could exchange their silver for a piece of paper and then later return it and get it back. And if you look at some of this money, I just went to Google, I typed in silver certificate, and there's a whole bunch of different money types here. And you can look right at this one spot here. This is the contract. And then down here, the contract's different. And I'm not going to actually go over all these, but some of these say that they're payable to the bearer upon demand. Let me just look at this one here. And we'll look, this the contract says this certificate is legal tender for all debts, public and private. That's what ours says today. Up at the top says it's a silver certificate. Today it says Federal Reserve note. And underneath that you can see the line says this certifies that there is on deposit in the Treasury of the United States of America, and then down below $1. And at the very bottom here it says $1 in silver payable to the bearer on demand. Our money does not say that anymore. This was series 1957, so it wasn't all that long ago that we had these things. And I remember reading a book once, Benjamin Franklin, he paid 3 cents for, I don't know if it was 1 loaf or 3 loaves of bread. I think that's what it said. And I was way back in elementary school, so I don't actually remember exactly. But back then, bread was made, they had to go out to the field, plant the wheat, then they had to go out to the field, use a sickle, harvest the wheat, then they had to beat the wheat on the ground to get the wheat off of the stalk or its stem, and then they had to take the wheat, throw it up in the air, the wind would blow away all the chaff, and then they were left with the wheat. And then that wheat had to go and get ground, and then after that somebody had to make it into a loaf of bread, and doing all that work cost 3 cents. Today, we're paying $2.50, $3 a loaf of bread. So where did all the money come from to be able to pay for that bread at that high of a price? And that's a lot of bread being circulated around.